Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you love rare American coins, hidden treasures, and the thrill of discovering valuable pocket change, then today's video is just for you. In this episode, we're counting down the top 4 most valuable one-dime coins in United States history. Coins have sold for thousands, even millions of dollars. Many people ignore dimes because they seem small and ordinary. But some of these tiny silver coins have turned collectors into serious investors. From historic 18th century rarities to modern minting mistakes, these dimes prove that big money can come in small packages. Today we'll explore a legendary early American dime that shocked the auction world, a rare 19th century dime with extremely low mintage, a famous mint error that collectors dream about, and one modern dime that might still be hiding in circulation. We'll talk about their history, mint marks, mintage numbers, grading values, and what makes them so rare. If you're checking your coin jar at home, you'll definitely want to watch until the end. You might have a hidden treasure. Before we begin, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update about valuable U.S. coins and collectibles. All right, let's get started with our countdown of the top 4 most valuable one-dime coins in American history. Step 1 today. We're diving deep into one of the most interesting modern collectible coins in American history, the 1969 D Liberty one dime from the United States of America. This small silver-colored coin may look ordinary at first glance, but behind its simple design lies a powerful story of history, artistry, minting technology, and hidden value that collectors across the country are still searching for today. The 1969 D-dime is part of the famous Roosevelt dime series, first introduced in 1946 to honor the legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led America through the Great Depression and most of World War II. Roosevelt was not only a transformative leader, but also closely associated with the March of Dimes campaign, which fought against polio, making it fitting that his portrait appears on the 10-cent coin. By 1969, the dime was already a staple of everyday American commerce, but major changes had occurred just a few years earlier. In 1965, the United States Mint removed silver from circulating dimes due to rising silver prices, meaning that the 1969 D-dime is composed of copper core with a nickel outer layer rather than the 90% silver used before 1965. The D mint mark on this coin represents the Denver Mint, one of the primary coin-producing facilities in the country. Located in Denver, Colorado, this mint struck hundreds of millions of dimes in 1969 to meet the growing demand of a rapidly expanding economy. On the obverse or front side, you will see Roosevelt's left-facing portrait with the word Liberty inscribed along the edge, the motto "I in God we trust," and the date 1969 with a small D mint mark just to the right of the year. The reverse features a powerful torch in the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch representing peace, and an oak branch symbolizing strength and independence. Along the top edge reads United States of America, and at the bottom, one dime. While millions of these coins were produced, condition plays a massive role in value. Most 1969 D-dimes found in pocket change today are worth only their face value of 10 cents. However, uncirculated examples with full torch bands, meaning the horizontal bands on the torch are sharply defined, can command significantly higher prices among collectors. Coins graded mint state 65 or higher by professional grading services can sell for strong premiums, especially if they display brilliant luster and minimal contact marks. Error coins also add excitement to this date. Off-center strikes, double dies, clip planchets, and other minting mistakes can dramatically increase value. While the famous 1969 double die error is more commonly associated with the Lincoln cent, collectors still examine 1969 D-dimes carefully for unusual characteristics that could signal a rare variety. 4 coin enthusiasts building a complete Roosevelt dime set. The 1969 D is an essential piece representing the transitional era after silver coinage ended. It reflects America's shift in economic policy, industrial minting growth, and a continued honoring of Roosevelt's enduring legacy. For your Liberty coin collection or your YouTube audience at Liberty Ledger Crypto, this coin offers a perfect opportunity to educate viewers about mint marks, metal composition changes, grading standards, and the thrill of searching through everyday change for hidden treasures. Always remember to check the condition. Look closely at the mint mark, inspect the torch bands on the reverse, and consider professional grading if you believe you have a high-quality example. Even though it is a common date in circulated grades, the 1969 D. Roosevelt dime remains a fascinating symbol of American coinage history, proof that even a small 10-cent coin can carry a big story. Step 2 today. We're diving deep into fascinating history, value, and hidden secrets of the 1970 Liberty One dime from the United States of America, more accurately known as the Roosevelt dime. Although many collectors casually refer to it as a Liberty dime because the word Liberty appears on the obverse, the 1970 dime actually features President Franklin D. Roosevelt, whose portrait has appeared on the dime since 1946. This coin was introduced shortly after Roosevelt's death to honor his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his strong support for the March of Dimes campaign. By 1970, the dime had already undergone a major composition change. Prior to 1965, dimes were made of 90% silver, but due to rising silver prices and coin shortages, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a copper-nickel-clad composition. Therefore, the standard 1970 dime you find in circulation contains no silver. Instead, it is made of a pure copper core layer between two outer nickel-copper alloys. However, don't let the lack of silver discourage you. There are still valuable varieties and high-grade examples that collectors actively seek. In 1970, dimes were struck at two main mint facilities, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from Philadelphia in 1970 did not carry a mint mark, while those struck at Denver display a small D mint mark just above the date. There were hundreds of millions minted at both facilities, meaning the coin is common in circulated condition. Most 1970 dimes found in pocket change today are worth their face value of 10 cents. But here's where it gets interesting for collectors and for viewers of Liberty-themed coin content. Condition is everything. A 1970 dime in heavily circulated condition may only be worth face value, yet an uncirculated coin with strong luster, sharp strike details, and minimal contact marks can command several dollars. In certified mint state grades like MS65 or higher, values can climb significantly, especially for coins with exceptional eye appeal. Even more exciting are error coins. Some 1970 dimes feature off-center strikes, double dies, clip planchets, or die cracks. These mint errors can increase the coin's value dramatically depending on severity and visibility. For example, a dramatic off-center strike that still shows the full date can sell for many times face value. Collectors are also careful to examine proof coins from 1970, which were specially made for collectors at the San Francisco Mint. These proof dimes carry an S mint mark and were struck with polished dies to create a mirror-like background and frosted design elements. While most 1970 S proof dimes are common, deeply cameo or flawless examples graded at the highest levels can bring strong premiums in the collector market. When examining a 1970 dime, pay close attention to Roosevelt's hair detail above the ear, the sharpness of the torch and olive branches on the reverse, and the overall luster. The reverse design, featuring a torch flanked by an olive branch and oak branch, symbolizes liberty, peace, and strength. Core American values that align perfectly with the liberty theme many collectors appreciate. The edge of the coin reveals its clad composition, showing a visible copper stripe sandwich between the nickel layers. This is one quick way to distinguish it from pre-1965 silver dimes, which have a solid silver-colored edge. Historically, the year 1970 marked a period of economic change in the United States, with inflation pressures building and precious metal prices fluctuating. Although the dime itself did not contain silver, its production reflects a major turning point in U.S. coinage history, the permanent move away from circulating silver coins. For collectors building a Roosevelt dime series, the 1970 issue is an essential part of completing a date and mint set. While it may not be rare in the traditional sense, finding superb gem examples with blazing mint luster can be surprisingly challenging. Roll hunters often search through bankrolls hoping to uncover high-grade coins or overlook mint errors. Some collectors even set aside the sharpest examples they find in circulation, anticipating future premium demand as top-condition coins become scarcer over time. If you're creating content for a coin-focused channel like Liberty Ledger Crypto, this type of coin demonstrates an important lesson. Not every valuable coin must be old or silver. Sometimes condition, rarity and high grade, or unusual mint errors can transform an everyday coin into a collectible treasure. So the next time you come across a 1970 Liberty, Roosevelt, dime, don't spend it too quickly. Examine the mint mark. Inspect the surfaces under good lighting, and consider whether you might be holding a pristine uncirculated piece or a fascinating mint error. Coin collecting is about patience, knowledge, and attention to detail, and even a simple 10-cent coin can tell a powerful story about American history, design evolution, and the enduring symbol of liberty stamped into everyday currency. Step 3 today, we are diving deep into one of the most interesting small coins in American history, the 1973 Liberty 1 dime from the United States of America. Although many people simply call it a Liberty dime, the official design is known as a Roosevelt dime, a coin that has been part of everyday American life since 1946. The obverse of this coin proudly features President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who served as the 32nd President of the United States and led the country to the Great Depression and World War II. His portrait was placed on the dime shortly after his passing in 1945, honoring his leadership and his strong connection to the March of Dimes campaign. When we look closely at the 1973 dime, we see the word Liberty inscribed on the left side of Roosevelt's profile, the motto, "In God We Trust," and the year 1973 clearly stamped below. On the reverse side, the design displays a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch representing peace and an oak branch symbolizing strength and independence. Above the torch, you will read United States of America, and below it, 1 dime. The 1973 dime was minted at 3 major United States Mint facilities. United States Mint locations in Philadelphia Mint, Denver Mint, and San Francisco Mint. Coins from Philadelphia in 1973 typically carried no mint mark. Denver coins feature a small D mint mark, and San Francisco coins carried an S mint mark and were usually proof coins made especially for collectors. The composition of the 1973 dime is a clad mixture consisting of a pure copper core surrounded by outer layers of copper nickel. This composition was introduced in 1965, replacing the earlier 90% silver composition due to rising silver prices and coin shortages. The coin weighs approximately 2.27 grams and has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters, making it one of the smallest circulating coins in the United States. When discussing value, many collectors wonder if a 1973 Liberty dime is rare or worth significant money. In circulated condition, most 1973 dimes are worth only their face value of 10 cents. However, in uncirculated mint state condition, especially grades like MS65 or higher, the value can increase significantly depending on luster, strike quality, and overall preservation. Coins graded by professional services, such as Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Company, can bring higher premiums in the collector market. Proof versions from the San Francisco Mint are also popular among collectors because of their mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. High-grade proof coins with deep cameo contrast can be particularly desirable. One exciting aspect of collecting the 1973 dime is searching for mint errors. Error coins are highly collectible and can be worth far more than standard issues. Some known errors include off-center strikes, double die varieties, clip planchets, and broad strikes. A strong double die on the date or lettering can increase value significantly if authenticated. Collectors also look for coins with full torch bands on the reverse, which indicate a sharp strike, and often bring a premium in the market. The better the strike and the stronger the detail, especially in Roosevelt's hair and the torch bands, the more valuable the coin may become. The historical context of 1973 also adds interest to this coin. In that year, the United States was experiencing political tension during the Watergate era, economic challenges, and cultural shifts. While this small dime circulated through grocery stores, banks, and everyday transactions, it silently witnessed a significant period in American history. Every circulated 1973 dime tells a story of the hands it passed through and the economy it served. For collectors in the United States and around the world, especially those building date and mint collections of Roosevelt dimes, the 1973 issue remains an essential piece to complete a full set for investors and collectors watching precious metal markets and economic trends. Something we often discuss on Liberty Ledger Crypto. It is important to understand that the 1973 dime does not contain silver. Unlike pre-1965 dimes, which are 90% silver, the 1973 version is strictly clad and carries no intrinsic silver value. Therefore, its worth depends entirely on condition, rarity of errors, and collector demand rather than metal content. This makes grading and preservation extremely important. Storing coins in protective holders, avoiding cleaning, and maintaining original surfaces can dramatically affect long-term value. In conclusion, the 1973 Liberty One dime may seem small and ordinary, but it represents American history, craftsmanship, and the evolution of U.S. coinage. Whether you are a beginner coin hunter checking your pocket change or a serious numismatist searching for high-grade certified examples, the 1973 Roosevelt dime offers opportunity, education, and collecting excitement. Always examine mint marks, check for errors, study the condition carefully, and consider professional grading for top condition pieces. Even a simple 10-cent coin can become a valuable collectible when preserved in exceptional condition. Keep searching your change. Keep learning about coin history, and stay tuned to Liberty Ledger Crypto for more detailed coin breakdowns and value guides. Step Lost today, we are diving deep into the fascinating history, value, rarity, and hidden secrets of the 1978 Liberty One dime from the United States of America, officially known as a Roosevelt dime, a small coin with a big story that continues to capture the attention of collectors across America. The 1978 dime features the iconic portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse, a design that has remained largely unchanged since its introduction in 1946, shortly after Roosevelt's passing, as a tribute to his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II and his strong association with the March of Dimes campaign that fought polio. The obverse of the 1978 dime displays Roosevelt facing left with the word Liberty inscribed to the left, the motto "I in God we trust" to the lower left, and the date 1978 to the right, while the reverse side shows a torch in the center symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch representing peace and an oak branch representing strength, along with the inscriptions United States of America and one dime. In 1978, these dimes were struck at 3 major United States mint facilities, including Philadelphia Mint, Denver Mint, and San Francisco Mint, with Philadelphia coins carrying no mint mark, Denver coins showing a small D mint mark, and San Francisco pieces primarily produced as proof coins bearing an S mint mark. The total mintage numbers were extremely high, with hundreds of millions struck for circulation, making the 1978 dime very common in everyday pocket change at the time. But despite its high mintage, condition plays a huge role in value, because most circulated examples today show wear scratches and loss of luster, while high-grade uncirculated specimens with full torch bands and sharp strike details can command significantly higher prices in the numismatic market. The 1978 dime is composed of a clad composition containing 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, giving it a total weight of 2.27 grams and a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. And unlike pre-1965 dimes, it contains no silver, which means its intrinsic metal value is minimal. So collectors focus primarily on condition, strike quality, and errors. When examining a 1978 Liberty dime, serious collectors look carefully at the torch bands on the reverse because fully separated horizontal bands indicate a strong strike and can increase desirability, especially in mint state grades such as MS65, MS66, or are higher graded by professional grading services. While most circulated 1978 dimes are worth only face value of 10 cents, uncirculated examples can range from a few dollars up to $20 or more depending on grade. And superb gem examples with exceptional luster and strike can sell for even higher at auction, particularly proof versions from San Francisco, which were specially struck for collectors with mirror-like fields and frosted devices. Error coins from 1978 are especially exciting because they can dramatically increase value, including off-center strikes, double-die errors, clip planchets, broad strikes, and die cracks, and some verified error examples have sold for hundreds of dollars depending on the severity and visual appeal of the mistake. Collectors should carefully inspect their coins under magnification, looking for unusual doubling in the lettering, especially in Liberty or the date, or any irregularities around the mint mark on Denver or San Francisco issues, because minor minting mistakes can transform an ordinary dime into a valuable collectible. The 1978 Roosevelt dime also represents an interesting period in American history. During the late 1970s, when the United States was facing economic challenges, including inflation and energy crises, yet coin production remained strong to meet circulation demands, making this dime a small but tangible artifact of that era. For new collectors watching Liberty Ledger Crypto, this coin is an excellent starting point because it is affordable, widely available, and teaches important lessons about grading, mint marks, strike quality, and the difference between circulated and uncirculated coins. And it also highlights how modern coins can still hold collectible value despite being common. If you search through old piggy banks, coin jars, or bankrolls, you might still find a bright, uncirculated 1978 dime hiding in plain sight. And while it may not make you instantly rich, finding a high-grade example can be rewarding both financially and historically. Always remember to avoid cleaning your coins, because cleaning can permanently damage the surface and reduce collector value dramatically, even if the coin appears shinier afterward, as natural luster and original surfaces are what serious collectors prefer. In conclusion, the 1978 Liberty One dime, the Roosevelt dime, stands as a symbol of American resilience, honoring Franklin D. Roosevelt while continuing to circulate through everyday commerce, and although most examples are common, the thrill of discovering a high-grade or rare era variety keeps collectors searching through change even today, proving that sometimes the smallest coins carry the biggest stories in American numismatics.